Hey, we're playing some Dead Island Riptide today on Spiderduck Network and Galactic Gaming News. What's up, Jimmy?
What up, Trevor? I'm ready to slay some zombies.
Ready to slay some zombies?
I am.
To slay some blood and gore? Hey, guess what, guys? This game has an autosave feature, like every game on the Xbox 360.
So what is this is my favorite part of the game, probably, that I played. Was just the brightness setting. But what is Riptide, Trevor? What is? Oh, and here there.
Riptide is supposed
nice
to be,
space.
and quote unquote supposed to be the sequel to Dead Island. Although it's really just more of like an expansion pack, which I don't know why they didn't just release this as DLC or at a cheaper price point, because it doesn't seem like it's worth $50 from what I played.
Alright. Are you on what island are we on?
I honestly don't remember.
You're just some island, just whatever.
Yeah, like I know in the first one it was like Benoi, one of those two. But like in this one, you end up crashing on an island. It starts off on a boat there, which is what we're going to see now.
Well, see, the first one I thought was just...
My grandfather fought the Japanese here in World War II, never...
If you're down in the
simulator
hole,
of what
I'm
Mexico
opening all the cell doors.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I better head topside, get my
This is
bearings.
the very beginning. You start off kind of trapped.
Looks like the crew already
And you're trying
bailed.
to break free because the zombies attack the ship. And then I skipped ahead 20 minutes, because it was literally 20 minutes of walking through fucking corridors.
But Trevor, that's what people want to see. We want that corridor
it was
action.
so boring. It was so boring playing. Like, the first 30 minutes is cutscenes and walking through corridors. Like, no zombies, no fighting, nothing. It's... That was a bit ridiculous.
No, the first night this came out, I live streamed it. I just put it in and I just started live streaming, and I didn't realize the 30 minutes of just nothing but cutscene.
That's why I'm so glad I didn't live stream it, because
it's just like, oh man,
it's probably the most boring live stream.
For like the 3 people watching it, is probably really terrible for them. But.
So that's why I just figured I'd go straight to the action, where you take that fire out, but you're about to fight some sweet zombies here. You got this sweet police baton.
So what did you think of the first Dead Island?
I really had a lot of fun with the first Dead Island. The beginning resort was really fun to play. I never actually finished it, but I did have a lot of fun playing it. I thought the digital...
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
The analog fighting, where you pull the stick up and down, was new and different, and the gameplay was really cool. And that's actually what I'm using here to kill these walkers. But I think it had a lot of good ideas, and I think if it were to build upon those ideas, it could be pretty awesome. And it was a lot of fun, and it was a great co-op game.
So are you hinting at this game doesn't build upon those ideas?
Essentially, yes. It is very much an expansion pack. Very much.
Yeah.
I mean, down to its core, and it's...
Yeah. I got the same feeling. But the first Dead Island, for me, I was one of the ones where I wasn't a big fan of. I liked a lot of the ideas it had, but I thought it was janky. You know what I'm saying? It's like it didn't...
It just had that... It had that
run.
jank.
Yeah, it just kind of like, maybe not low budget, but maybe not high budget either. I don't know, it just had that feeling of this could be much more polished.
Because, I mean, even if you look at it, like, graphically, it doesn't look like a bad game. It looks pretty good, actually.
It had its moments, though.
Yeah.
Like, it does have, like, the texture, some of the textures, and animations are the big thing.
The animations are terrible. Like, I was watching the cutscenes, and just the animations, it's like, are these people even really talking? Like...
Yeah.
I picked the new guy, and like, he's got like, his eyes are like crossed in the cutscenes, and I don't know if that's on purpose, or if it's just bad animation.
I don't know. But like, I don't know, the first one, I gave it some passes on some things.
Yeah.
Because it was new. It was open world zombie RPG, and I was like, okay, I don't really dig this game as much as other people. I didn't play it as much as I was just like, I've seen enough, I've done enough. Didn't care for it, but I recognized the potential that was there. And if it could have been tweaked and built upon, I think they had a really good idea. But I always wanted to give it a second chance. Like, okay, what did people really see on it? I want to go back and play it. Never did, so that's why I actually picked up Riptide. I was like, okay, well, maybe this, hopefully it doesn't have the same issues or same things as the first one.
Yeah, the same first game,
Yeah, but lo and behold, it is a copy and paste job, pretty much.
Essentially, yeah. The best part of it so far is this part right here, and this is the prologue of the game.
Yeah.
And it's because there's going to be a lot of fun moments coming up. I mean, right here it's pretty standard and cookie cutter. I mean, it's, you know, you're killing zombies on a ship. But like, once you get guns, because you actually do get guns in this prologue, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
They take them away.
Yeah. They take them away. It's like, here you go. Here, have some fun with these guns. You see how fun this game is? See how fun this game can be? Yeah, guess what? Not gonna be fun for like the next 5 hours when you don't have guns.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, that's kind of like the thing with Techland. It's like, you don't know whether you're gonna get the Techland that's making a good game, or the Techland that's making Call of War as the Cartel.
Oh. We don't like to talk about that game.
What are you talking about? That was an obvious Game of the Year contender.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's leave that at that.
Yeah. No, but like, you know, I think we rag on like sports games a lot for being the same thing pretty much every year. They only have like a year development time, whatever. But this game, I think, sets a new standard for literally the same thing as the last one.
And this was a year development time, and I think maybe if they had more time, it really just seems like they were trying to cash in. Like, oh man, the next consoles are going to be coming out, so we can't really do a sequel for like the Xbox 360 and PS3. So I think we need to, you know, pull this game out like real quick so we can cash in before the new consoles come out. So, I mean, when we see a proper Dead Island 2, maybe they'll have some iteration on like next gen consoles, but I don't know.
I mean, the way I kind of see it is more along the lines of, they made the first Dead Island. I don't think they expected it to be as big as it was.
No, I don't think so.
I really did. They were at the right place, right time with the whole zombie thing. Like, the zombie thing just started to really kick up. I mean, zombies have been popular forever, but with the masses, it really started to pick up, and everyone wanted this game. I remember for the first, month or two, it was really hard to even
find. It kept selling out, like, all the time. Like,
yeah.
They just couldn't produce enough copies, because, I mean, obviously Techland and Deep Silver, they're a smaller developer slash publisher, so they're not going to have, like, the resources of, you know, an EA or an Activision who can just pump out a bunch of games.
Yeah, and like, you know, so they made a lot of money off of it. I think this game kind of feels like, oh, the next-gen console's coming out. I know of a great way to make a quick buck. Let's reuse all the resources we got from the first game and put out a quick little another Dead Island just to make a quick buck. Because, I mean, really, how much money did they spend on this game? I mean, I'm sure there was some there for voice actors and marketing, but this is all the same resources, same textures, same menus. Like, there's like nothing
actually
different.
A lot of the voices, like, maybe not the dialogue, but a lot of the grunts and, you know, all that sort of thing, or stuff they say when they're like out in the world, that sort of stuff is all recycled.
Yeah.
I mean, and like they had the character import system, which pretty much doesn't really matter.
No.
At all.
Well, because the zombies scale to you anyway.
Right.
Like, and it's just,
you
lose all your weapons.
You lose all your weapons and stuff, which actually makes sense from a storyline perspective.
Yeah.
Since you got taken by the military or whatever these guys are, and then, you know, you're escaping from that ship. So I can understand why you wouldn't have your weapons, but I don't know, it almost seemed like they did that as a way to where they didn't have to give you your weapons back.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, like, it's weird because, well, it makes sense maybe for the other characters that were in the first game. You know, if you start a brand new game without importing, you start at level 15.
Yeah.
But for the new guy to start at level 15, I was like, okay, they could have done something interesting and made him start at level 1. Maybe make it a little bit more difficult for, you know, like more of a challenge for people. But he still starts at level 15. I don't know, because I picked a new guy too, expecting, you know, to start at level 1.
Yeah.
And they
I
were just like,
didn't
nope.
even realize you start at level 15, so I looked at the menu and I was like, oh, I have all these skill points.
Yeah.
And like
I don't
that
know.
right there, where the zombies just randomly run up and then they grab you. Like, you can't, like, dodge that or anything. It just happens.
Well, I think what's kind of getting to me as I go through it, and I mean, this was in the first game. I mean, any problems that we say in this
and
video.
there's some slowdown right there.
Yeah, I've seen that. I had quite a bit of that. Any problems that you see in this video, like gameplay-wise and stuff like that, or anything bad we say, it applies to pretty much the first game. Or any problems you had with the first game, I think, still apply to this game. Like, they didn't fix anything. They didn't even polish anything. But the problem I have is with the ones that run fast.
Yeah.
Those, like, they are easier to kill, but they just like appear behind you, and there's like no way.
Like in no
I
time.
don't know, it's weird.
In no time, they're just up in your grill, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then like the whole infinite spawning zombie areas, where like you can. I'm in a part now where you can. They infinitely spawn from this rooftop, and I'm literally looking at the rooftop, watching them infinitely spawn 3 at a time. And then they run up to me, I kill them all, and then I look at the rooftop and 3 more come out. And you could sit there for days, and it's the same thing. I'm just like, why are you doing this? This is so. And apparently you have trouble.
I'm not very good at door opening. But yeah, and the ultimate strategy in this game, just so everybody knows, dive kick.
Oh, the running kick is where they just. Wait, so you're saying Dead Island has dive kick in it? Oh man.
It does.
I have to.
Except
what happened
that
there?
you don't do 1 million damage with each dive kick like you would in dive kick.
I think it's kind of cool though, because when you do that, they kind of fly backwards.
Yeah, but like
it's comical.
It's unavoidable for them, and it's like you instantly knock them down. So it's always a good strategy that if you're in trouble, just dive kick.
Yeah. I don't know. My strategy right now is because you get a lot of little like knives and chef's knives or whatever in the game. If you just throw them, they do way more damage than if you were to actually use them.
Yeah.
So I just throw them, especially with like the big brutes or whatever they're called. And here's the really fun part. But I throw them and it sticks them. It does like way more damage, and then I run up to them real quick, kick them so it stumbles them just for a second, and I grab the thing back and I keep doing it. It's the cheapest thing.
Oh man.
But it works.
Fly back. Dude, that flying back animation happens like 3 times in this prologue. And I'm just like, okay guys, like we get it. The ship shakes, ship blows up, and you fly back. Like you don't it's like Michael Bay worked on this thing. Like, dude, you need explosions and dudes flying back.
The thing that I kind of thought playing this, especially, we're not going to see it in this video, but especially when you get on the island. And for those of you who are wondering, the island looks exactly the same. I mean, it's a different island, but it's pretty much the same island as the first one.
It looks basically like a mixture between the island and the jungle stuff from the first game, and it's super linear and super boring. Boom, there we go. Right in the head. See, this part was really fun.
Yeah. I don't know, when I see this, and when I played this, and when I'm still playing now, I'm like, man, if Ubisoft were to make this game and make it kind of like a Far Cry, just that would be so fun, I mean, whatever, it would be more run and gun, but who cares? It would be fun, and it would have stealth mechanics. Like, stealth mechanics should exist in a zombie game. Yeah. This game has none of that.
This game has like essentially
they see you and then they run.
Whatsoever.
No. And then they have, the zombies can swarm you in big numbers pretty quick.
Like, I'm dying like all the time.
Yeah, but it's, some people will be like, well, that's probably, that's big zombie enthusiasts would say that's right, whatever. That's fine. It happens out of nowhere, which again, whatever. That might be what would actually happen. But Dead Island's gameplay does not work well in those situations.
You basically just get screwed. and then you die, and you respawn. And then you...
I mean, the respawns are kind of generous, so you don't really have to worry about
but
it.
it's still annoying. And it's just not fun. Like, because then you get to that point, and then you kind of get to a point where you don't feel like just fighting zombies. Like, it's to the point where you don't want to do combat. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna run from these zombies, because they're not really that fun to fight anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. This game is just like this. Like, look how quickly they're just all around you. You're screwed. I mean, the gameplay does not cater well to these situations. Like,
I think I might even die
it's
here.
Fine.
Maybe I don't.
It's fine if you want these zombies to be tough and swarm you in big numbers, but have your gameplay, like, have a way to either avoid those situations, or if they're unavoidable, make the gameplay, work in those situations. And I think that's Dead Island's biggest problem, is when you get swarmed by zombies and stuff like that, the gameplay doesn't work well. The gameplay doesn't really work that well when it's just you versus a zombie. It's
still really janky. Like, I think if they improved that analog style for the melee, like, because it's really cool in strategy, because, like, if you're fighting big thugs and stuff, you can break their arms to make them more useless, stuff like that. You can break zombies' legs, so that they end up having to crawl towards you and they're still coming at you. That stuff's really cool, but it's just not fun. So it's like, the ideas are there, but the execution isn't, and it's just disappointing more than anything else.
And I think, another thing that kind of disappoints me is, like, just a lack of any kind of... Yep, and a knockback. The lack of any kind of story, I guess. Like, I do not care what's going on.
it's like...
If someone dies, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, there's a story, but I don't know what it is, because they didn't really... It's like the military's doing stuff, but the military's owned by a corporation, and the corporation... I don't know, it's just a jumbled mess.
Yeah. That and, like, the quests. It's one big fetch quest.
It's like a damn Resident Evil story.
Well, I mean, I think even the Resident Evil story might have some kind of interesting plot.
To an extent, yeah.
Because it's an open world, so, like, the ability is there to have really cool sub-stories. Like, stories that, you wouldn't find unless you explored, and it doesn't have any of that.
Yeah, like, the side missions are so boring. Like, it's just like, fetch 5 car batteries. Alright,
I need some canned food.
Yeah, it's like, I really want to do, like, fetch quests on this island full of zombies. Like, come on.
And it's like this quest I took last night. This guy's like, hey man, I need some cocaine. The dealer's house is right down the road. He's probably dead. Could you go get it for me? It's like, what? I don't care.
Like, dude, why don't you go get your own coke?
Yeah. I assume it was cocaine. He said white powder.
Oh yeah, it's definitely coke. Coking it up.
Or maybe powdered sugar. Maybe he's just trying to...
He just wants to bake some cookies, I guess. I just cut out a cutscene there, but this part was fun, because they just give you this assault rifle, and you start blasting fools.
Yeah, and you just... So I don't know. Dead Island. I think obviously it's going to get by with the masses because it's zombies.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think even if you're like a huge Dead Island fan, I think you're going to play this game and be like, okay, well, it's more Dead Island, but I wish they would have done... It's disappointing.
Like, when you look at a game like, say, Borderlands, you see them improve upon the story and everything like that in Borderlands 2. Whereas this one, they don't even do that. Like, they don't improve the story or anything. It's just all the same. Like, all the same.
I mean, if you 100%ed Dead Island, the first one, and still want to play more Dead Island, I guess this is for you, but...
If not, if you have a passing interest in Dead Island, I would say you should probably just pass on Dead Island Riptide.
Yeah.
There's other games to play. Like, go play Injustice or something.
Yeah. This is definitely not that great.
Nah, I mean, if this was like a $20 expansion, I'd be like, yeah, cool. But, that's...
We'll have a review up soon.
Yeah. Review will be up probably this weekend, so... that about ends our time here. Thanks for joining us, guys.